you to raise your left hand, please. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Absolutely.
Make
You
sure
may
you're
be seated.
speaking loudly, Mr. Benning, and come have a seat here. And make sure you're speaking loudly, all right, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Okay, would you mind just stating your name and spelling it for the record, please?
My name is William Benning, Benning.
Okay, and you okay if I address you as Mr. Benning?
Absolutely.
All right, Mr. Benning. Previously you were a state representative, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, how long were you state representative?
So get ready.
I believe since August, when the election was. Prior to that, I ran for the empty seat when Evan Lee was killed.
Okay, and during your time as a state rep, how many people have you killed?
I have not killed anyone.
Did you want to kill Cassandra?
No, I did not.
Did you want to kill Cole Gordon?
No, I do not.
Okay, anyone that was brought up today in today's testimony, did you want to kill them, skin them, anything that was alleged?
No, I do not.
Okay, and earlier today we heard testimony from, I believe it was a Leo, I can't remember his last name correctly.
Carpio.
Yes, Mr. Carpio. What is your relation to Mr. Carpio?
Mr. Carpio and I are frenemies. We did meet a few times. At first they were cordial encounters, and then they gradually got worse.
Okay, and while you were in prison during your criminal proceeding, did you meet Mr. Carpio inside the prison?
No, Mr. Carpio was not in prison at the time.
Okay, outside of prison, excuse me, you earlier we heard that you were at the Black Uber, allegedly assaulted some people. What were you doing at the Black Uber building in the first place?
Well, can I give a little bit of background regarding Black Uber?
Sure.
Okay, I was friends with Nick Walker. He was the original owner of Black Uber. He was up against the timeline because he owed money to Public Works for the livery for his vehicles. He asked to borrow $50,000 from me, and I gladly lent it to him because he was a friend of mine. Regarding Mr. Carpio, regarding that, they acted at the time that they were employees, and they were not employees. Mr. Carpio knew that Mr. Walker owed me money, called me and lured me to Black Uber, and said that they had the money for me, and who's going to turn down the money that's owed to you?
Okay, you said the money that was owed to you. Who owed you money, Mr. Benning?
It was Nick Walker himself, who's no longer a resident of the city.
Okay, why did he owe you money?
Again, his business was just opening up. The building was already paid for, but he did not have enough funds for the livery for his vehicle to get Black Uber on his vehicles. So I gave him the money for it so he could pay Public Works.
Okay. And I just want to touch a little bit on the Little Teapot incident that was testified to earlier today. Do you know who Vince Donovan is?
I do. He's one of the managers and owners, I believe, of Little Teapot.
Okay, and what was your relation to Mr. Donovan?
We are very, very good friends. We've been for a while.
Okay, what were the circumstances surrounding why you were kicked out of the Little Teapot?
Well, I had arrived at the Little Teapot to get my usual tea and waffles. Outside was a group of women and his sister, Miss Weiss. She was dancing there, and I was asked, how her dancing was, and she had shown me. She did like one of those kind of like moves where you bend down, and then you show your butt. And I was asked what I thought about it, and I said she would be a great dancer at the VU. I know Vince. I was told that Vince was in a bad mood, and he was kind of angry about the whole thing. So I kind of went upstairs, and I egged him on, and I repeated the same thing to him. And he was not amused, and he threw me out a little teapot.
Okay, and you made some comments on Twitter, is that correct, about the little teapot?
I did. It was one comment, one tweet, meant as a joke. Hashtag frick little teapot, and I gave him a 0 out of 10 service.
Okay, and just to clarify, this comment was meant in a satirical, lighthearted, sarcastic way, correct?
Absolutely, it was.
Okay, and you meant no. Oh, excuse me.
Vince and I are very good friends. We met months prior doing Go Postal.
Okay. And then I want to talk a little bit about the person referred to in the court earlier today as the strawberry helmet person. Are you familiar with who I'm talking about?
I am.
Okay. Would you just describe in your words what the incident was that you noticed?
Well, I originally went to Dockle to do a follow-up with my friend Stefford Johnson's business. I'm a co-owner of an airline. I went there to do a follow-up, and I observed a vehicle driving up the steps and a gentleman standing over an alien body acting very erratically.
Did this man standing over the alien body have any sort of weapon, knife, gun, anything like that?
He had no weapon visible, but apparently the alien was stabbed. There was blood coming out of him, and the strawberry helmet guy had a flashlight in his hand.
And from a reasonable perspective, did it look like that the strawberry man was standing over the body was the flashlight bloody? Excuse me, I'll rephrase. Was the flashlight bloody?
Not that I noticed. From personal experience, it looked like a stab wound, but I don't know.
Okay, and did you try to stop this strawberry helmet man at all?
I tried to stop him, to question him, try to kind of distract him. There were other people there. I was hoping somebody would call 911.
Okay, but you were still trying to you were stalling the person in an attempt to call the police officers to get an officer down there to begin an investigation. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Then I just want to talk a little bit about your relationship with Cassandra Cohen. Are you familiar with who she is?
I am.
Okay, would you mind just describing your professional relationship with her?
I actually met her first when I came in the city. She was very personable to me. She even gave me a ride around in her vehicle, her Roosevelt. She showed me the city. She's actually one of the reasons why I became a lawyer.
Okay, and did Ms. Cohen, did a representative of C&T or a news organization approach you regarding a statement that Ms. Cohen made?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
It was just the other day.
Okay, and what did the representative say to you?
Of C&T?
Yes, sir.
He said that, well, he told me that Miss Cohen came to him and was kind of worried because the statements that she made in her original statements were not what the ones that were presented in the report to the court. He didn't get into specifics, just that it wasn't her statement that she made.
Okay, and I just want to talk a little bit about the incident that occurred at Mosley's. Is it correct to say that you have a UTI, otherwise known as a urinary tract infection?
Yes, and I have problems with my my bladder. Correct.
Okay, and with the UTI, you're sometimes not able to control when you have to use the restroom.
That's correct.
And were there any visible signs at the Mosley's dealership pointing in the direction of a restroom?
I did not notice a sign inside the auto body shop itself. No.
And correct me if I'm wrong, you did have to use the restroom at Mosley's, is that correct?
I did, yes. We had a very long conversation there, and I couldn't hold it anymore, and it was unfortunate what happened, that I urinated through my pants, and it was unfortunate it landed on the gentleman's vehicle that worked there.
And your accidental urination in no means was malicious towards any vehicle. It was just a problem with your medical condition. Is that correct?
That's correct. Prior to that, I had a very cordial relationship, actually a very friendly relationship with Mosley's Auto Body. I brought all my vehicles there to get either painted or tuned up.
Okay, and while you were at Mosley's, were you ever threatened by any individual?
Um, After I accidentally wet myself, one gentleman came up to me and I defended myself. I threw a punch back at him. When he threw a punch at me, a second gentleman joined in, and I kind of like my health was feeling a little low. I don't think I could have gone any longer trying to defend myself.
Okay, but however, you did not instigate any fight. The fight was instigated against yourself, and you defended yourself. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, and I just want to go back to your time spent in Bolingbrook. Were you ever used as a hostage in there?
I was not used a hostage in Bolingbrook, but I was used as a hostage outside.
Outside of, oh, excuse me.
I was also attacked inside Bolingbrook.
Could you describe the details of this attack, Mr. Benning?
I was in the yard. I had just woken up. I was in the yard for a while, working jobs in the yard. I was by myself for most of the time while in Bolingbrook. Gentleman came outside. He started running towards me. So I kind of like, I started running towards him, and then he had this like look that he was becoming very hostile. He started throwing a punch at me. Then he said, "Are you William Benning? I'm here for you."
I'm object at this point, Your Honor, to relevance. Overall, the question's been going on for a bit and has no relevance as to the impeachment articles.
Sustained. Let's get back on track, please.
The defense has no further questions, Your Honor.
Go ahead, prosecution.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bennett.
Hello.
Sorry, I just have a couple questions for you. Actually, a lot of questions.
Sure.
When you said that you wanted to skin Cole Gordon yourself, were you kidding?
I never said that.
So it's your testimony today, under the penalty of perjury, that you never stated that you wanted to skin Cole Gordon yourself.
No, and the work of the statement by Mr. Carpio is a work of fiction.
So it's a complete lie, what Mr. Carpio said.
Absolutely, he was pissed off about something against me.
Okay, we're gonna come back to that towards the end. But I just want to talk about a couple other things before we get to that.
Sure.
You made a statement about Miss Cohen. There was an alleged falsifying evidence, correct?
Yes.
You do understand that us, even me, I provided you an email of every single thing that was incorrect in the arrest warrant request, correct?
That is correct.
Right. And you talked a little bit about unable to control you urinating. Isn't it true that we heard testimony that you walked up to the car and you took out your thing and you pissed on the car? Is that not what we heard?
That's what you heard, but that's not what happened.
So you walk up to the car, you didn't piss directly on.
Nope, I peed through my pants. I can't control the strength of my stream.
Okay. Mr. Benning, were you the one who spreaded the tapes about Bex Lawson?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And who did you buy the tapes from?
I didn't buy any tapes. They were given to me.
Given to you by who?
I don't remember, but they were floating around the city, and I used it for the election. Basically, I told Bex Lawson herself that there was no hard feelings, that I used the tapes to bleed off support for her during the election period. People do this kind of stuff all the time.
And explain to me something, Mr. Benning. When you were being asked multiple times to leave Mosley's, why didn't you leave the first time?
Because I was in the process of being attacked by two employees.
Isn't it true that you testified on direct examination that you were only attacked once you started urinating on a vehicle, correct?
I didn't urinate on the vehicle. I urinated through my pants. I can't control the strength of my stream.
Did it drip onto the vehicle?
I don't know. I wasn't looking at the droplets of pee.
And you understand that what we've heard today, you never once asked to use the bathroom, correct?
I was looking for the bathroom. I figured I'm old enough to find it myself. I did not see any signs for a bathroom.
So you knew that you had to urinate then, if you were looking for a bathroom, correct?
I can't control when I have to urinate.
Okay, but you were looking for a bathroom, so you must have known that you
Ye-
had to pee, correct?
That's correct, and I could not find a bathroom, and I wound up
All
urinating
right,
in my
let's move
pants.
on, please. I think we've beaten a dead horse long enough on this one.
You talked
Yeah.
a little bit about Leo, and you heard from Mr. Carpio. He stated himself that you and him went to buy gun parts, correct?
I never went Leo anywhere with him. He asked me about gun parts. He got that information from my search warrant that was executed against me, and there's a lot of big names in the city that also approached me about this stuff.
Did you consume cocaine with Mr. Carpio?
I don't even drink alcohol in the city, let alone consume cocaine. I don't even know how to get it or where to get it or how it's made.
So what he said, that was a lie.
It was an absolute lie. That's what Leo does. He lies.
Okay. And he was lying about him or you making all these threats over the phone. Is that what you're stating as well?
Leo's like a sad little puppy. He makes calls to me. I've never called him.
Okay. Your Honor, may we approach very briefly?
Hold on. Mr. Benning, can I get you to move towards my door, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
I'm just...
Mr. Benning, you can come back and sit down, please. Just a reminder, you are under oath.
Yes, ma'am.
And you met Mr. Carpio at Mosley's Autos, didn't you, a couple days ago?
I was already there. I was talking to my my friends and also employees of the auto part itself.
Okay. And I want to come a little bit back to this phone call. You did have a phone call with Mr. Carpio, correct? While you were in
Miss-
prison?
Mr. Carpio, yes, he extorted money from me over the phone. Yes.
Okay. Did you say that you wanted to kill all of the DOJ members?
No, I did not. I
Did
never
you
made
say-
any threats whatsoever.
Did you say that you wanted to skin Cole Gordon yourself?
Objection, Your Honor. Asked and answered. He already answered no to the question.
Sustained.
Okay. I'm just going to grab an exhibit here for you quickly. We're getting this together, just so I can understand. You understand that you're testifying under the penalty of perjury, correct?
Yes. Did you ask that of your clients as well?
And if you're lying here today, you're going to get charged with perjury.
I'm not lying. I'm 100% telling the truth.
Okay. So you never made any threats on the phone to Mr. Carpio?
Mr. Carpio has turned that around. He made numerous threats against me. He actually claimed that he was the game master, had me meet him the other day, and he also again extorted money from me. I believe it was $25,000 to change testimony.
Okay. All right. Well, I have an exhibit here that I'd like to show you quickly.
Did your client tell you about
There's-
Bolingbrook when he took me
Mr.
hostage?
Benning.
There's no question, sir. All right. I'm just going to play a quick exhibit for you, okay?
I'm going to skin Cole
Objection,
Gordon
Your
alive
Honor.
myself.
Objection. San Andreas is a two-party consent state.
Your Honor, when he made the statement, he was in prison and he would have no reasonable expectation of privacy.
Objection, Your Honor.
Your Honor, would you like us to
Overruled.
approach?
He was in prison. There is no reason for privacy in a prison. Guards listen to your conversation on the telephones, on the payphones all the time in prison.
I'm going to skin Cole Gordon alive myself.
Is that not you saying, I am going to skin Cole Gordon myself?
I don't recognize that voice on the phone.
You don't recognize the voice?
Nope.
How about this? Do you recognize this voice?
We're going to kill some DOJ members.
Oh yeah?
Are you going to
No,
rat me out?
Who are we gonna fucking kill?
All of them.
So it's your testimony here today to the people of San Andreas that is not you talking on the phone.
I don't recall talking to Leo Carpio like that.
You don't recall?
Nope.
Would you like to hear the full phone call?
No, I don't have to. I know that he tried to
Here,
shoot me down
let me
for
play
money
it for you.
on
Maybe,
4 different occasions.
maybe you'll recall the phone call.
Benning speaking.
How may I help you? Is that not what we just heard?
It sounded like Benning speaking.
It didn't it? It did.
May I direct your call?
Direct my call? How you gonna direct my call when you're in fucking prison?
You know, I'm very busy here. I got cultists and serial killers to talk to.
You have what?
I have cultists here
Alright,
and serial
enough.
killers to talk.
Judge, it doesn't go for much longer. It just gets to the point where
That is more than enough. I think we have more than enough to know that that's Mr. Benning's voice.
Your Honor, there was more threats he made. Would you like me to stop, or would you like me to continue?
Stop, please.
Okay. All right. So it's your testimony here today, but that's not you speaking over the phone.
I don't believe so, no.
You didn't say that you were going to skin Cole Gordon yourself.
Objection, Your Honor, asked and answered.
I'm going to overrule that, but I'm going to also sustain a badgering.
Your Honor, I'm requesting to treat this witness as a hostile witness.
You should have been treating him like that from the beginning, Mr. Hunt.
Apologies, Your Honor. It's permission granted.
Keep the tone down, please.
Sorry. So it's your testimony to your former colleagues that is not you speaking over the phone.
It could be. I don't know. I mean, I'm not supposed to have a phone in the prison anyway.
But you had one, didn't you?
I found a phone, yes.
Right. And it's your testimony here today, after we've heard that audio, that you didn't say that you wanted to kill all of the DOJ members.
I don't recall. That was a long time ago. I mean, you spent 3,800 months in prison. You kind of forget things.
So I'll ask you this again. Was that you speaking over the phone?
Objection, asked and answered.
Ruled.
Was that you speaking over the phone?
It could be. I'm not sure. I answered you.
Do you recall talking to Mr. Carpio?
Mr. Carpio tried calling me numerous times while I was in prison.
Isn't it true that you stated in your direct examination and at the beginning of cross that you never once said any of those statements, correct?
I don't know what was said. It's been a long time. I'm an old man. I don't know.
So at the start, you never said it.
I wasn't done answering you.
Let him finish.
I'm an old man. I mean, people ask me a lot of things and stuff like that. You know, people like age me all the time in this city. And I don't know. Could have been me, could not have been me. I don't know. I know I've been threatened. Do you want to know how many times I've been kidnapped in this city? Do you know how many times Leo Carpio kidnapped me? Ask him about Bolingbrook Prison. He used me to get Mrs. Stiles' husband out. And he's a stupid criminal.
At this point, I'm going to object to non-responsive.
No, he's a stupid criminal because...
Mr. Benning, you do not disrespect anybody in this courtroom. All right?
Okay, Mr. Carpio, he used me as a hostage. He didn't like how it went because he spoke about the radio frequency in front of a hostage that he knew he was going to let go. And that's what started all of this. I gave the radio frequency to the PD, and they wound up catching Pippi's husband, and he's been pissed ever since. And he's been finding a way to get at me each and every time.
I don't want to go over it again, but I think it's fair to say we all heard your voice. Just to set the record clear, it was you talking over the phone, was it not?
Could possibly be. I received a lot of phone calls in the prison.
It's a yes or no, sir.
I don't know. It could have been my voice. I'm not sure. I received a lot of phone calls. I received a lot of phone calls since I got out of prison. I don't know.
Okay. You're on.
Mr. Bennett, can you step towards the door?
Yes, Judge.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Mr. Bennett? I'm just going to play an exhibit for you. At points, I'm going to pause, and then we'll talk about it a little bit, okay? All right.
Benning speaking. How may I direct your call?
Direct my call? How you gonna direct my call when you're in fucking prison?
You know, I'm very busy here. I got cultists and serial killers to talk to.
You have what?
I have cultists here and serial killers to talk to.
Oh, serial killers, huh? I heard you're a fucking serial killer. I was gonna be your fourth one, remember? Sucks to
No,
suck.
I'm
You're in prison now, huh, buddy?
You know what? As much as we've had like a back and forth, and you know, you've done some things to me, I did some things to you. I actually like you, Leo.
Oh, I've never hated you. I've always liked you too.
Oh, well, that's good.
But so why are you in prison?
Ooh, where do I start? Okay.
Okay, I'm listening.
One count of reckless endangerment, one count of corruption, one count of bribery, one count of uttering threats, which I believe myself, and one count of disturbing the peace.
And Mr. Benning, just to pause here quickly, that was what you were charged with, correct?
That's correct. He asked me, and I answered him.
I'm sorry, you answered him? So this was you on the phone call.
That wasn't the same phone call, though. That was a different phone call.
A different phone call.
Yeah, because supposedly what you played earlier went directly to, you played stuff about supposed threats I made.
Oh, it's not over yet, sir. But it's your testimony here today that that person speaking on the phone right now is you. It's William Benning, correct?
I heard Leo Carpio, the hairless rat.
Is it not you on the other end of the phone?
Objection, badgering
I
the
don't know.
witness.
My
I'm sorry, I
memory's
don't
a
think
little
you
foggy.
heard me, Your Honor. I objected badgering the witness. I think my voice was a little low.
Your Honor,
Yes,
the witness
it
is
was.
hostile.
I spent 3,800 months in prison in solitary, so
Okay,
I don't
Mr. Benning,
know.
before I play the video, did you not state,
What video?
sorry, the audio, the audio, did you not state just a moment ago, that is what I told him? Did you not just state that?
I don't remember.
You don't remember saying that a couple seconds ago, right here?
Well, I remember what my charges were. How can I forget them? All
And
work of
was
fiction.
Was it not you telling Mr. Carpio what you were being charged with?
I remember saying my charges, but I've told my charges to 100 people in the city, so
All right, well, let's hear what else you said, Mr. Benning.
what's that?
I said, let's hear what else you said.
Okay, sure, you got the tape.
Okay, and are any of those charges because of me?
Yeah.
I
Hold
don't
it.
know.
Turn it off. Leo, stand up. Go over to the officer. You are under contempt of court, sir. You will now serve 20 months in prison. They will take you over.
For what? What'd I do? What'd I do?
Contempt of court. You spoke out.
That wasn't me, Yana. That was the tape.
That was the tape.
Oh, was it?
Yes, Yana. I'm not saying that.
Your
Well,
Honor, that was
then
the
I'm
tape.
sorry. That's my bad. I'm
Why?
sorry.
It's all right, Judge. I'm going to continue the tape,
I'm
Mr.
getting
Benning.
tired. Sorry.
I have not been given any information on a lot of the details of the charges, but I believe a lot of it came from Cassandra Cohen.
Who the fuck that is?
She's a member of DOJ. She's like an attorney for
Huh.
DOJ.
Yeah, I saw the newspaper article. That should have had me laughing so hard.
That was actually a good picture of me. I gotta admit.
It was a fucking good ass picture of you.
Mr. Benning, was it a good picture of you?
What's that, the picture of me when my arrest?
Yeah. Is that what you said on the phone call?
No, I've said that to many people in the city afterwards. I even joked around with the park rangers. With one of the park rangers, I said that was a good picture of you.
Okay. Let's keep listening.
But listen,
I look dapper, man. I look good in that.
I hope you fucking learn your lesson not to be a fucking scumbag.
What are you talking about? I'm innocent. I'm actually innocent of these charges.
You're innocent, okay? Okay, you're fucking innocent,
telling
William.
you that-
You threatened me, you fucking assaulted me, you assaulted Pepe, but you're innocent, huh?
We assaulted each other. Pippi threw some punches at me
Because
Did I go to the
self-defense, of
cops?
self-defense.
because you were breaking into a business you had no business being in.
We work there, you son of a bitch. We're head of security.
Nick Walker lied to me then.
That's not your fucking business anyway. So even if we were breaking into it, why are you defending him? No, we work there. We're on the payroll, baby.
Well,
We're head
I'm
of security.
I'm an investor of the business.
Well, so Nick Walker lied to you and said we don't know what we said. What? Leo and Pepe don't work there?
Yeah, actually, he did say that to me. I'm not lying.
Well, that's bullshit. Because actually, I'm gonna go clock on right now.
Well, I don't care if you work there. He lied to me.
Well, you
gotta
fucking
lie
assaulted
for-
a woman.
Can we get to the point here, please?
Hey, she throws a pretty good
It's almost
punch.
there.
I know
Just
she
apologize.
does. Her fucking husband is Eddie Styles. Of course she's gonna throw a fucking mean punch.
Yeah, how is Eddie doing?
Uh,
Still enjoying?
Eddie's good. Eddie's out of Parsons now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why you don't see him in prison, or he would make you his bitch. Oh,
Yeah,
fucking William
'Cause
Benny.
I might have to hire Eddie for something.
Oh yeah, for what? I mean, I'm interested. What? For what?
Oh, I don't think you have the stomach for this work.
Oh, trust me, I've done some crazy shit.
We're gonna kill some DOJ members.
Oh yeah?
You gonna rat me out?
Who are we gonna fucking kill?
All of them.
That's a lot of people.
We're gonna go after, let's see, we're gonna go after Harvey Ross.
Objection. Can we get a
Oh,
sidebar,
yeah,
please, Your
yeah.
Honor?
Special pros.
Yes,
Harvey's
sidebar.
a dirtbag.
Yeah.
Mr. Benning, back to my door, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Mhm.
We're going to do a 5-minute recess while I deliberate on the sidebar.